Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for XRP. Now this is more of a discussion. I want to show you issues with different charts I've seen. Even I had this one earlier, but I'm pretty much throwing it out the window right now. So looking at guidelines of a triangle, this looks pretty much ridiculous. First being, yes, we had two spikes, and no spike on our C wave. You usually get fast buy ups and thrusts the other direction, right? When you bottom in either an A, B, C, or D and E. The other issue is the C wave low is over here, not here where I have the trend line. So ideally it would be like this. Other issues. This came to the 786. You would expect two of the waves to come to the 618. So this one does make sense for the C. The D does make sense because it hit the 618. But again, we'd have to adjust this channel line like so. Again, it's possible, but it's just very ugly. So that would mean the E wave's not in yet. We've already passed the 618 on the E wave, although the guideline for the E wave is an E wave can go to 70% of the D wave. So we could get one more spike down to the 70%, which I have marked off there at 40 cents, and then thrust out of it. It is possible. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It's just really ugly, as you can see with all these guidelines. We would also expect spikes of volume on each leg. A, barely anything. B, yeah, a lot of spikes, but it should be at the top candle area. C, nothing. D, nothing. See what I'm saying? So majority of guidelines for a triangle are kind of out the window on this scenario. Now I'm not saying we can't spike out of it, but I'm saying it would be more of a corrective leg in between a larger A, B, C, where we make a higher high and protect this low as some sort of flat. That's kind of the best case scenario I see in this situation. Now, if we were to make the triangle, I would actually expect the C wave to come down to the 786, something like this, like the B wave did. And then we pull our trend lines back. This one crosses the 786. Like so. Our D wave comes up to the 786 or the 618. Two legs can hit this, are likely to hit the 618 as the guidelines, and the E wave comes to the 618. Something like this would be more ideal. So I just wanted to explain those couple things. I'll pull everything back for now. Again, it is like valid, but it goes against so many guidelines. It's very, very ugly. I know a lot of people have charts like this, and I highly disagree. I don't disagree that we can get a big reaction in this area where they have their E wave, so they'll think they're on the right track, but I think that this just makes an A, B, C to the upside, even make a new high, and then collapse back down, like so. I've talked in many videos that the ideal situation is we actually just make a new low above the A, so we can actually start a new bull market and consider a correction complete as an A, B, C, or W, X, Y. But yeah, that's where I'm looking at for XRP. Let's go down on these smaller time frames here on my other chart I'm tracking from. I've got a lot going on this chart. Sorry. I'm just going to show you on a daily here because it's very difficult to track this at the moment. But that scenario I showed you, this is my most bullish case at the moment, that we go up for that C wave or Y wave in the future, and then make that B wave in the larger flat and make downside after the fact, unfortunately. And oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. A lot of people think, from what I've seen, that they think this area is a fractal of this area. I've talked about that too. But when we started rolling over here, it doesn't compare anymore, right? We should have taken off from here for that to be a fractal. So it doesn't really compare anymore. I would actually argue it compares more to this area. All right, 3 waves up, spike down, drift sideways, like here, here, come down, grind down, and come down and grind down. So anyways, that's just some things I'm looking at, but I don't think that's a fractal, personally. So my personal view is the best case scenario to keep this bullish is this A wave, B wave, C wave, which is the 1-to-1 at 33.79 cents. You can see right here, 33.79 cents. That's the 1-to-1 extension of this A wave off our B wave, like so. I believe then we can move to the upside, but this would be relabeled and this would be a flat, a 3, 3, 5 waves to the upside. But we're not there yet. Worst case scenario right now I see is obviously we make new lows, or we reach the 1-to-1 extension of this W wave off our X wave, which came to the 618 down here at 14 cents. And that comes past the 786, somewhere in that area. We might come up shy. I do have confluence right here at the 786 extension of the W off the X. That hits a 1.618 extension off this A wave for our B and our C. And at which point, again, we can start a connecting wave here to make a move to the upside. But it's a very difficult area. I mean, you go talk to 10 people, they'll have 10 different scenarios. I'm just watching the structure pan out. Very slow, very grindy, and I'm paying attention when we actually do break a structure to get involved. I feel bad for people that have sat in this coin for like 4 years and it's done nothing. If you're one of them, I feel for you. It's very frustrating. But if you're waiting for a trade, literally just wait for a structure break. You know, if we start moving, alarm goes off, look for 5 waves, buy the pullback. Right? Stop at the previous low. You miss out on a tiny little percentage and use your capital to trade things that are actually trending. I mean, not really going to miss anything if you just wait for a breakout. Some confirmation one way or the other. So as of right now, looking for this to hit the 1-to-1 before it attempts a new high. Looking for it to drag down to the 1.618 extension and the 786 to create this WXY and then attempt some upside, or expecting it to come down for new lows in some sort of corrective nature. Again, I can be proven wrong, and I will adjust my view if we break above this B wave. That's pretty much it at like 76 cents. But until then, or if we get a bottoming structure after breaking this A wave low with a lot of volume and a nice clean wave count, I'll look for an entry. But until that happens, I ain't touching this. And I have way too much going on. I haven't updated this one in a while. Multiple counts on the lower time frame going on. I'll clean that up and I'll do a video on the smaller time frames, but honestly, it's better just to wait on this one. I will put on some alarms just so I can be alerted if structure changes. So I can update a video when we get some clarity on account. Put one down at the 786 as well. And the 1-to-1. All right, guys, I wish I had some better news for you on XRP. I know there's a lot of people that are in this coin, but unless it breaks up and this becomes a flat, in which case I'd expect it to become a little deeper anyway, like so, and then we take off and make a connecting wave here. There's a complex correction. It really doesn't have any good setups whatsoever, any good risk rewards. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.